Hey guys, and welcome to another LEGO review video. My name is Brickfon, and today we are checking out set 9676 TIE Interceptor and Death Star. I got you guys to vote for which set for me to review on Instagram, and this was the set that won the poll. I will be doing more polls for you guys to vote on what set for me to review. Back to the set. This set came out in 2012 as part of the LEGO Star Wars Buildable Galaxies Planet series. As you can see, this set is from Series 1. What this series consists of is a minifigure, a miniaturized vehicle build, and an iconic Star Wars planet. This set has 65 pieces and retailed for $10 US or 16 Australian dollars. Currently it sells for about $40 new or $20 old on Bricklink. We'll have a look at the back. You have the planet and the TIE Interceptor and the fighter pilot on a display stand. And at the bottom of the box we have the other sets in this series. So we have Naboo and Naboo Starfighter set 9674. I have this new and unopened, so I'll be doing a complete review video of this, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you could keep up to date with when I do release that video. I also have this set, Tatooine and Sebulba's Pod Racer 9675. So I'll probably do a poll on Instagram pretty soon. I want to find out if you guys prefer this format where I have the complete review including the unboxing and speed build process, or you wouldn't mind just a quick review of just the complete set on its own without the box contents. If you want to take part in that poll and you don't want to miss out, please follow me on Instagram at Brickfon. And now let's just have a look at what's inside the box. So we have the instruction booklet and pieces for the set, which is just all inside this ball, or the planet, the Death Star planet. And let's just open this up to see what we get on the inside, which probably is just the pieces in bags. How do I do this? Yep, there we go. 2 bags with all the pieces in them. Let's build. Before we get into the review of the set, let's have a look at the back of the instruction booklet. We have a little instruction on how to use the planet as a sort of like Christmas tree bauble. We have parts inventory. We've got some of the sets that came out that year, and oh, here we go. We have basically of all the minifigs that are available in the sets on the previous page, by the looks of it. Yep. We've got an ad for Ace Assault 2, which by the looks of it is a Lego Star Wars game on starwars.lego.com. Lego Star Wars 3, the Clone Wars game, Lego Club, and the usual Lego survey ad at the back. And in terms of spare parts, we only get these two, which is just a 1x1 stud and a blue pin. And here we have the minifigure of the set. As you can see, compared to the Stormtroopers or the TIE Fighter pilots of today's Lego sets, it is much more plain. There are no leg printing, no hip printing. The torso printing is a little plain. It's very two-dimensional and blocky and very flat. It's done in a style of all the other Stormtroopers that came out around this time, and I believe it was only just after this set came out that they started improving the style of the prints and just adding more prints to the minifigure. As you can see, also the helmet has printing on it. We've got printing for parts of the mask and also the two emblems at the top. No arm printing, they didn't really do that back then, and no back printing. And the minifigure comes with one accessory, one medium Star Wars gun. In terms of the head, we have this pilot face printing. The face printing is a little pale due to the fact that it was printed onto a black headpiece. However, the discoloration is not very noticeable. It would blend in quite well with other figures. There's a bit of a nasty scratch on this pilot's forehead. This was probably due to the fact that it was tightly packed inside the bags with a whole bunch of other plastic Lego pieces. No back head printing. This is because you can see the back of the head with the mask on. So there we have the minifigure. It does come in one other set, which is the TIE Fighter. That was the one that was advertised in the back of the instruction booklet. Well, that's it for the minifigure. Let's look at the rest of the set. The minifigure and the vehicle can be displayed on this simple stand. It's essentially mostly plates, 2 plates thick. The vehicle is connected via this Technic pin. We've got this tile with the studs at the top. This is a unique piece to this set, obviously, since it mentions the vehicle, the minifigure, and the planet. Minifigure gets placed here, just at the back of where the tile is, and the TIE Interceptor is placed on the pin. The pin is frictionless, so it does rotate a fair bit, especially even if you want to move it. I would have preferred a more fixed kind of connection. Also, the arm of the minifigure does get into the way of the TIE Interceptor's wings as it rotates, but obviously it can be easily removed if you want to play with it in any sort of way. Now, looking at the build of this TIE Interceptor, as you can see, it's very miniaturized. It's also very simplified due to the fact that it is so small. The shape and proportions have been approximated quite well. I just don't like the fact that there's no bit in between, because on the TIE Interceptor there is like a rectangular panel that connects these two triangular pieces. However, here there's just no connection, and it just feels a little empty over there. The connections here at the back make it almost feel like an X-wing. The TIE Fighter wings in universe are connected just via one connection here and into the rectangular section I was talking about before. Due to the size of this and the limitations of what the pieces can do in Lego, they've clearly went for a little different design. The central cockpit is very nicely made. It does feel a little spherical, which is what it's supposed to feel like. You can see this dish printing is very nicely detailed. You've got the 8 windows all around it, and you have a bit of a heads-up display or something. There's just a very fine small triangular printing at the bottom or at the top. Technically it should be the top. They've used binocular pieces as guns to the tip of the wings. Now quickly onto the planet build, or the planet pieces, the bauble, whatever you want to call it. I'm still not sure what's the best term to describe this, but essentially what is unique about this, I believe, out of all the 12 planets in this sub-theme for Star Wars, is that this is the only planet that has two separate different molds for the hemispheres. As you can see, this hemisphere has the iconic, I guess, crater from which the laser gets shot out. This doesn't have anything on it. It's just a very plain hemisphere, just with a similar molding pattern on it to represent just all different stuff that's going on in the Death Star. What I also like is the fact that these hemispheres don't seem to close completely. There's a tiny gap in between. I think this is great because you can pretend that's the trench that goes around the whole Death Star. On the inside of the hemispheres, you have the stud receivers on both sides for a 2x2. At the bottom, we have a plate with octagonal bar frame here, and the top has a tile with a lifting ring. A little cool fact about these pieces is that they discontinued these pieces after the year that this set came out. They've actually upgraded it very slightly. This one has been reinforced, and this ring piece has just been made a little larger in subsequent sets that came out in 2013 and afterwards. So I don't think I've got any newer versions of these to compare, but it's pretty cool that they upgraded it. So there we have it, set 9676. They do sell quite expensively on eBay. I don't think it's worth it at that price, even at secondhand prices. Obviously, if you're a Star Wars collector or a minifigure collector, you do kind of have to get it anyway. But if you're after a miniaturized build, this is I wouldn't recommend this one. It just doesn't feel right without any form of connection here. The lack of that middle piece that connects these two wing pieces, it feels like the whole figure, the whole set has been just cut in half and stuck together. The best thing about this set is probably this Death Star planet piece, this Death Star bauble kind of piece. I still don't know what to call it, but I will definitely put that on my Christmas tree next year. It's recognizable. I believe probably the only recognizable planet or star out of all the buildable planet sets. That's been set 9676, ages 6 to 12. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like below. If you want to keep up to date, please subscribe, because I'll be releasing more reviews soon. I'll be doing this set soon, which is part of the same series. Also, keep in touch via Instagram, because I will need your votes, and I want to know if you guys don't mind me doing some set reviews without the unboxing segment, because I do have a few sets from this series that have already been opened. So yeah, I've been Brickvon. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you in a new video.